first one in 6 weeks.
We should go long today since you get a full break from this.
No.
You'll get them on Friday.
What was just your reaction to the Erik Johnson return?
I thought it was fantastic. Yeah, I love that, like not just seeing some of the highlights and the emotion with EJ, but I thought, our fan reaction kind of says it all, right? Long-time Av, Stanley Cup champion, lots of friends still on this roster, obviously knows the bulk of our roster. And, the reaction and the length of the standing ovation and everything, I thought was great. Well-deserved.
Sam Malinski it feels like, continued to grow. Just how did you see him impact the game tonight?
Well, all the things I said last time. You just asked me about this. But, he's up. He's involved in our offensive attack, right? So whether it's the rush or ozone play, I think he's making great decisions with the puck, possession decisions, or leading to scoring chances. I feel like his skating is really helping him on our breakouts. He's been consistent defender. Playing a great 200-foot game right now. I really liked his game again tonight.
I know I keep asking you about MacKinnon, but he's got a 13-game point streak. It's the longest active streak in the league. 2 big hits in back-to-back games, too.
Yeah, that hit tonight was something. Yeah. I'll show that to all of our D.
Is this just him at his best?
Yeah, I just think when a player goes through what he would call a slump, and I think he was still over a point a game, but not real happy with the way maybe he was playing, his line was playing, and they just kind of stuck with it and worked through it together, and now they're kind of out the other side. So oftentimes bad habits take a while to creep into your game, and I think, the good habits take a little bit of while to show you dividends and results, right? And so they were working at it long before they got good, and then it started to come for them, and now they're feeling it a little bit. And so I think confidence and just playing the right way and doing the right things leads to really good results for them.
Coach, was that the example of what we were talking about earlier, the discipline and energy of the game with that physicality, that kind of clean and effective play?
First period was a perfect example of it. That was the way, that was a perfect first period for us. We have the breakdown at the end of the period, get beat out of the corner, and then we kind of do a flyby at the net, and they get their goal. But to that point, that might have been their first shot and definitely their first scoring chance of the period, and they capitalize on it. It's in the last couple minutes of the period, so I don't love that. But second, they did a much better job in the second of tracking, reloading, setting gaps, and we slowed some plays down, so our forecheck wasn't really effective. The second period, although I thought we defended pretty hard and did an okay job 5-on-5, we spent way too much time on our half of the ice. It wasn't nowhere near as effective, but the penalty kill got the job done. They spent a bunch of time, the 4 minutes, almost full 4 minutes in our zone on the power play. But I did think that this first set us up to be able to relax and stick to our game plan through the second and carry that into the third, which I thought the third was a real mature period. We didn't have to do a lot, and Malinski gets a big goal, right? That's a big goal to stretch it out to 4-1, and then, they're the team that has to push, and we can just kind of make sure we're playing it safe. And so I like the finish to our game as well.
So we asked about him this morning, but is another performance like that making it easier for you to deploy a more traditional backup in Prosvetov and giving him more starts?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because now we're starting to see him, right? Gorgie was playing real well and played a lot of games, and maybe a little up and down since I don't know whatever game that he played, but the recent past. But now Proszy's come in and played. He's given us real quality starts here those last few games, and now we've seen him more, and we haven't really seen a lot of weaknesses from his games coming in relief or when he's starting. So I think myself as a coach, him himself, and his teammates should all be gaining confidence from what he's been doing and the way he's been playing.
Jerome said that in between periods, a lot of voices in the room got up and talked. Did you feel like the response between the second and the third was self-motivated and a little bit hands-off? Is that something you're seeing improving?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, and we've had that for years now. I just think it still helps for me as a coach to go in and give my opinion, because when it matches theirs, you can just kind of remind them of the fundamentals of what we need to do well, and so I get the chance to go in intermission for 10 minutes and look at video to make sure what I'm seeing is accurate, and then so when I go into the room, I'm giving them accurate information and accurate things that I think are keys to our success, just like I would before the game, because sometimes they can change, and if they're seeing it the same way, then it's just like, okay, let's just repeat and go again. We didn't do a great job of it after one, but I thought we did a nice job of it after the second, moving into the third. It was really a real good conscience from our team tonight to check the right way. We were way more dangerous in the first and second, but we were still working on our checking game and our habits in that regard.
Val had another big game tonight. You said a couple of weeks ago that last year we maybe didn't see the same level of player he was in 2022. What are the, I guess, specific things he's doing now that are more like the 2022?
It's his skating.
Yeah.
That's what it is. He was hampered with some injuries last year that limited that. Whatever the circumstances are, it's really his skating. That sets up everyone for success. Watch Mikko move in the last 3 games compared to the 3 games before that, or the 6 games before that when he's hitting a slump. It's just because it's not a conscious effort to not skate. It's just sometimes players don't remember to push the pace of the game. When guys like Mikko and Val get skating, they're impossible to defend. You have to be on top of your game in order to be able to check those guys, and then their skill takes over. Val's start to the game was insane. No, he gets 2 partial breakaways, charging through the middle of the ice, checks the puck back. He probably could have had 4 goals in the first 8 minutes of the game, and eventually he gets rewarded for his work.
You last ones, guys. Go ahead.
Jay said this morning that he was going to get a chance to go out to dinner with some of his players after the game. Is that something a coach gets invited to?
No, no, they don't want me there. They argue that this is the perfect time for our players to get away from me for 24 hours and me to get away from them. I feel like we haven't had a day off of action. We've been doing lots of the optionals and whatnot, but tomorrow is a much needed day off for our group.
Jesse?
Coach, with that, get the day off tomorrow, how much does it maybe make you feel like you guys can breathe a little bit easier winning these last 2 on this 5-game homestand?
Yeah, it's wish we'd have won 4 or 5 out of 5, but we got 3, right? 3 out of that, and every win. Then no wins are easy. So whenever you're able to win, and it's not just about winning. It's like, for me, it's like I always say, I'm not going to judge our team just on the result. Like, it's about how we play and our conscience and are we going to play the right way and develop the habits we need to win at the most important time as things start to tighten up. And I thought we made a really probably big step in the right direction over the last 2 games, and we got rewarded for it. So now it's, take a day off and we'll come back and try to repeat it against Winnipeg.
Thanks, Jared.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, have a good day.